In the heart of Southeastern Europe lies a land rich in history, culture, and spirituality. Bosnia and Herzegovina, a land of beautiful mountains and rivers, holds a long story about the arrival, spread, and struggle of Islam in the Balkan region. This story is not only about religion, but also about the identity, defense, and resilience of Muslims for centuries. Islam began to enter the territory of Bosnia in the mid-15th century, along with the expansion of the Ottoman Empire into the Balkan region. In 1463, Bosnia officially became part of the Ottoman Empire after the fall of the Christian Bosnian Kingdom to Sultan Mehmed II, known as Mehmed the Conqueror. The local population, who at that time were mostly Catholic and Bogomilism, a non-trinitarian Christian sect, began to accept Islam slowly. However, it was not through force, but because of the social and political structure that gave Muslims privileges in government and social life. The process of Islamization in Bosnia took place over several centuries. Many local nobles converted to Islam because they wanted to maintain their power and land. By converting to Islam, they were able to access government positions, higher education in madrasas, and legal protection from the empire. Over time, a new social class emerged, the Bosnian Muslims, Bosniaks, who distinguished themselves from their Orthodox Christian, Serbs, and Catholic, Croat neighbors. Islamization not only changed spiritual beliefs, but also culture, art, law, and architecture. Cities such as Sarajevo, Mostar, and Travnik developed into important centers of Islamic civilization in Europe. Mosques, madrasas, hammams, public baths, and caravanserais, traders' inns, were built throughout the country. The Gazi Husra Beg Mosque in Sarajevo, built in 1531, still stands today as a symbol of the glory of Islam in Bosnia. For more than 400 years under Ottoman rule, Bosnia was an example of relatively peaceful multi-religious life. Muslims, Christians, and Jews lived side by side. Although Muslims had special rights, other religious minorities were granted dhimmi status, meaning they were protected and allowed to practice their religion freely as long as they paid a special tax, jizya. During this time, Bosnia was known as one of the most educated Ottoman provinces, with many scholars, artists, and intellectuals coming from this region. In the late 19th century, the Ottoman Empire weakened and Bosnia fell to the Austro-Hungarian Empire in 1878 through the Congress of Berlin. Although Bosnian Muslims were granted religious rights, the Catholic Christian rule of Austria-Hungary caused unrest. Many Muslims left Bosnia and moved to the remaining Ottoman territories, such as Anatolia. However, most remained and began to adapt to the new government, while still maintaining their Islamic identity. In the 20th century, Bosnia experienced a number of upheavals. After World War I, Bosnia became part of the Kingdom of Yugoslavia. The identity of Bosnian Muslims was neglected. They were not considered a separate ethnic or religious group. Many Muslims experienced discrimination and cultural oppression. However, during World War II, Bosnian Muslims experienced a more complex period, with pressure from armed factions and mass killings. After the war, Yugoslavia became a communist state under Josip Broz Tito. Although the communist regime rejected religion in general, Bosnian Muslims were recognized as an ethno-religious group in the 1970s, and Islam began to flourish again within the country's borders. After the collapse of Yugoslavia, Bosnia declared its independence in 1992. This sparked a brutal war between ethnic Bosnian Muslims, Bosniaks, Serbs, and Croats. Bosnian Muslims were the biggest victims of this conflict. More than 100,000 people were killed, and about 8,000 Muslim men and boys were slaughtered in the 1995 Srebrenica genocide by Bosnian Serb forces, the worst genocide in Europe since World War II. Mosques were destroyed, Muslim communities were decimated, and the collective trauma continues to this day. Following the Dayton Agreement in late 1995, Bosnia became a multi-ethnic state with three main groups: Bosniaks, Muslims, Serbs, Orthodox, and Croats, Catholics. Despite the fragile peace that remains, Bosnia's Muslim community is slowly recovering. Islam in Bosnia is now developing with a modern face, but still strongly rooted in Ottoman traditions. Religious institutions such as Riyasat Islamske Zajednice, supreme authority of Bosnian Muslims, play an important role in fostering the community, education, and interfaith dialogue. Bosnian Muslims today are known for their moderate, tolerant, and open approach to Islam. Many Bosnian clerics support a European approach to Islam that is in line with democracy and human rights. The younger generation is active in Islamic studies, social activities, and higher education at home and abroad. Islam in Bosnia is not just a religion, but a historical identity and a symbol of spiritual resilience. Despite being battered by war and oppression, Islam continues to grow, integrated into the unique Bosnian culture, rooted in Ottoman values, mixed with the European spirit, and breathing in the beauty of tolerance. The story of Islam in Bosnia is a story of pain and love, oppression and steadfastness, destruction and hope. Among the ruins of rebuilt mosques, the call to prayer echoes again. Bosnia teaches the world that faith can survive amid the ruins of history and that Islam can be a light even in the darkest times. The Islamic cultural heritage in Bosnia is not only an architectural legacy, but also the daily life of the community. Mosques, tekke, Sufi huts, and the tombs of saints, turbe, are spiritual centers that are still widely visited. Islamic art in Bosnia has a unique characteristic, a blend of Arabic calligraphy with local Eastern European art. Traditional music such as ilahiye and sevdalinka often contain Islamic spiritual verses, expressing divine love and longing for God in a local Bosnian nuance. The Bosnian language has also absorbed many words from Arabic and Turkish, which are used in religious contexts such as namaz, prayer, jamia, mosque, and iftar, breaking the fast. Muslim women in Bosnia play an important role in maintaining Islamic culture, especially during the war and post-conflict. When many men were killed or detained, women became the guardians of the family, teachers of Islamic values at home, and the backbone of the community. Today, many Bosnian Muslim women are pursuing higher education and are active in various fields: education, medicine, politics, media, and social organizations. They appear with a strong yet modern Islamic identity, dismissing negative stereotypes about Muslim women in Europe. Islamic institutions also encourage women's roles in dawah, teaching, and community activities. This strengthens the image of Bosnian Islam as an inclusive and progressive Islam. Due to war and political pressure, many Bosnian Muslims migrated abroad. The largest diaspora communities can be found in countries such as Turkey, Germany, Austria, the United States, Canada, and Scandinavia. This diaspora maintains their Islamic and Bosnian identity. They establish mosques, cultural centers, and social organizations. Some even become influential figures in the countries where they live, introducing a peaceful, moderate Bosnian Islam rooted in traditions of tolerance. Although geographically far from the center of the Islamic world, Bosnia now has a large symbolic and moral role. Bosnia is considered a bridge between Islam and the West, as well as an example of the successful integration of Islam into European society. Bosnian clerics are frequent speakers at international forums on moderate Islam, interfaith dialogue, and post-conflict reconciliation. Islamic institutions in Sarajevo, such as the Faculty of Islamic Studies at the University of Sarajevo, have become internationally recognized centers for Islamic studies. Islam in Bosnia faces new challenges: secularism, extreme nationalism, improved radicalism, and identity pressures in the era of globalization. There are concerns that outside influences, both extreme liberal and foreign radical ideologies, could disrupt the unique balance of Bosnian Islam. However, clerics and community leaders continue to strive to affirm the character of Bosnian Islam: tolerant, Hanafi, Sufi in character, open to knowledge and dialogue, and grounded in local history. Islam in Bosnia is a touching story, a minority in the heart of Europe, which continues to survive without losing its identity. From the ruins of bombed-out mosques to the call to prayer that has returned to the air.